Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Sashan with Bible Passion, and I'm here again with another video. This is part 3 of the series that I'm doing on the story of the slave woman who was raped by bad men in the city of Benjamin when her husband her husband went for her in her father's house because they had an argument, and he went for her and he stayed a couple days. You can find the story in Judges 19. They stayed extra days in her father's house, but when they left, it was night. And they found a place in the Benjamin community, and they were offered to stay at a old man place. And while they were staying there for shelter for the next day, then some bad men came and started breaking down the door, saying, "Send out the man. Send out the man, the guest, because we want to rape him." Yes. The bad men said, "Send out the man. We want to rape him. We want to have sex with him." The old man, the old man who gave the Israelites and his slave woman the shelter, advised the bad man, "Do not do this because he's a guest in my house." The old man even go as far as offering his own daughter, who is a virgin, to the men outside. But anyways, they ended up sending out the slave woman, and they raped the slave woman, and she died. They raped the slave woman and she died. The husband now, as daybreak, he found her and he placed her on his ass and bring her home. So when he brought her home, he cut her because she died. The bad men raped her and she died. And he brought her home and he cut her into 12 parts, distributed 12 parts to the 12 tribes of Israel. And when the 12 tribes of Israel receive each part, they come together and they planned what was supposed to be done. After that, they started a war against the Benjamites. This war ended up killing a lot of people from the Benjamin tribe, who was also the Israelites' relatives. Now, after the war, the Israelites, they made an oath to the Lord. They said that no one of them, none of their women, will marry anyone from the Benjamin tribe. So no woman will marry any man from the Benjamin tribe. And so the Benjamin men was left with a wife. And here in part 3 that I'm going to do, it will show you how the Israelites found wife for the Benjamites. And this is going to amaze you. This is big kidnapping as to how the Benjamites will get wife, or the Israelites will actually prepare wives for them. And so I'm going to get into the story. This is the final story, though, the final chapter in the book of Judges 21, and it outlines how this all ended up, how they found wives for the Benjamites, and how they made peace with their relatives again. And so it's called Getting Wives for the Men of Benjamin. At Mizpah, the men of Israel made a promise. This was their promise: "Not one of us will let his daughter marry a man from the tribe of Benjamin." The Israelites went to the city of Bethel. There they sat before God until evening. They cried loudly as they sat there. They said to God, "Lord, you are the God of the Israelites. Why has this terrible thing happened to us? Why has one tribe of the Israelites been taken away?" Early the next day, the Israelites built an altar. They put burnt offerings and fellowship offerings to God on the altar. Then the Israelites said, "Are there any tribe of Israel who did not come here to meet with us before the Lord?" They asked this question because they had made a serious promise. They had promised that anyone who did not come together with the other tribes at the city of Mizpah would be killed. Then the Israelites felt sorry for their relatives. The people of Benjamin, they said, today one tribe has been separated from Israel. We made a promise with an oath before the Lord. We promised not to allow our daughters to marry a man from the Benjamin. How can we make sure that the men of Benjamin will have wives? Then the Israelites asked, which one of the tribes of Israel did not come here to Mizpah? We have come together before the Lord. Surely surely no one family was not here. Then they found that no one from the city of Jabesh Gilead had met together with the other Israelites. The Israelites counted everyone to see who was there and who was not. They found that no one from Jabesh Gilead was there. So the Israelites sent 12,000 soldiers to the city of Jabesh Gilead. They told the soldiers, go to Jabesh Gilead and use your sword to kill everyone who lived there, even the women and children. You must do this. You must kill every man in Jabesh Gilead and every woman who has had sexual relations with a man. But do not kill any woman who has never had sex with a man. So the soldiers did these things. The 1,200 soldiers found 400 young women in the city of Jabesh Gilead who had never had sex with a man. They brought these women to the camp at Shiloh in the land of Canaan. Then the Israelites sent a message to the men of Benjamin. They offered to make peace with the men of Benjamin. The men of Benjamin were at the place named the Rock of Rimmon. So the men of Benjamin came back to Israel. The Israelites gave them the woman from Jabesh Gilead who they had not killed, but there were not enough women for all the men of Benjamin. So some men were still left without wife. And so the Israelites felt sorry for the men of Benjamin. They felt sorry for them because the Lord had separated them from the other tribes of Israel. See, the Israelites, they felt sorry for the men of Benjamin, even though they are the one who swore and made the oath. Again, if you go back to Judges 20, you will see that the Israelites always considered the Benjamites to be their relatives, because even in the war, when they were going to fight, they always asked, even when they fought yesterday and today they are going to fight, they always go before the Lord with burnt offerings and sacrifice, and they prayed and they fast, eat nothing for all day, and they ask, should we go and fight? These people are our relatives, so they always remember that. Now the Israelites felt sorry for the men of Benjamin. They felt sorry for them because the Lord had separated them from the other tribes of Israel. The elders of the Israelites said, the women of the tribe of Benjamin have been killed. Where can we get wives for the men of Benjamin who are still alive? The men of Benjamin who are still alive must have children to continue their families. This must be done so that a tribe in Israel will not die out. But we cannot allow our daughters to marry the men of Benjamin. We have made this promise. Bad things will happen to anyone who gives a wife to a man of Benjamin. We have an idea. This is the time for the festival of the Lord at the city of Shiloh. This festival is celebrated every year. The city of Shiloh is north of the city of Bethel and east of the road that goes from Bethel to Shechem. And it is also to the south of the city of Lebanon. So the elders told the men of Benjamin. The elders told the men of Benjamin about their idea. They said, go and hide in the vineyards. Watch for the time during the festival when the young woman from Shiloh come out to join the dancing. Then run out from where you are hiding in the vineyard. Each of you should take one of the young women from the city of Shiloh, take them to the land of Benjamin and marry them. The fathers or brothers of the young woman will come and complain to us, but we will say, be kind to the men of Benjamin, let them marry the woman. We could not get wives for each of them during the war, and you did not willingly give the woman to the men of Benjamin, so you did not break your promise. No. You see what the Israelites did? Did you see what the Israelites did? They made a promise to not give their woman to the men of Benjamin. But they set them up to go. They set them up to go to Jabesh Gilead and get wives. When the women are dancing, get wives. Hide. That's called kidnapping. They're hiding and taking away the wives and bringing them to their land and marry them. But when the brothers and the sister come to complain, they're going to say, be kind to the Benjamin. The Israelites are going to say, be kind to the Benjamin, because you did not give them the wife willingly. How could they give them the wife willingly? They all made a promise and swore that no one should give the Benjamites wife. So how would they give them the wife willingly? But you set them up to go and take the other person's wives, huh? From their fathers and brothers, and take them to your land and marry them. Oh wow. So the fathers or brothers of a young woman will come and complain to us. What we will say, be kind to the men of Benjamin. Let them marry the woman. We could not get wives for each of them during the war. And you did not willingly give the woman to the men of Benjamin, so you did not break your promise. So you did not break your promise. So that is what the men of the tribe of Benjamin did. While the young women were dancing, each man caught one of them. They took them away and married them. Then they went back to their land. The men of Benjamin built cities again in the land. They lived in them. Then the Israelites went home. They went to their own land and tribe. In those days, the Israelites did not have a king. So everyone did whatever they thought was right. Oh wow. This was a story. Like, this was a story. Like, I am so amazed when I read the Bible. Like, I'm telling you, if you want to have fun while reading, read the Bible, because I'm telling you, there are some stories here that will, when you read them, you will be so amazed. I'm coming again with more stories that are not so popular, because we hear popular stories every day about David and Bathsheba and Uriah. We know about Daniel in the lion's den. We know about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fiery furnace. We know about Jonah in the belly of the whale, because we know about Adam and Eve. Those are stories that are very, very popular. But there are some stories in the Bible that I've read, and I'm going to share them on my channel with you guys. Like, some of you, I'm not going to say everyone don't know these stories, but if you're a person that reads your Bible like every day, like you really read it, then you're going to see some of these things. You're going to know some of these stories that I'm going to be coming with. But these are not the popular stories that everyone knew, and that you even know it even if you don't read the Bible, because you always hear persons talking about it. These are stories that you have to read the Bible to get from it. And so I hope you guys are all blessed and doing well. Until then, when I post another video, be kind. May the Lord grace shine upon you and give you peace in your lying down and in your rising up, in your going out, in your coming in your peace, in your labor, in your leisure. Thank you.